In the last episode, a lot of the interior was finished off, and that was married to the chassis, and some of the engine-based stuff was also finished. In this episode, we're going to finish off the rest of the parts, meaning the entire build, putting a lot of the interior components onto some of the exterior components, and also doing a lot of bodywork, or at least assembly of the bodywork, and therefore, again, finishing it off. So first off, we're going to start with some of the exterior parts. As you can see just there was a door, and that of course needs a door panel as well. So that is now fully assembled, and all of the inner workings are going to be put in as well for that window to be functioning. In order to get the window rolling up and down, there is a couple of gears that need to be put in, and I already ran into a little bit of a problem pretty much immediately after putting the gears in place. Some of them crunched up and didn't really want to work, and spoiler alert, I couldn't get the window to go up or down after fully assembling it and putting it in the door. So luckily I just left it in the upmost position, and it is just a fully closed window now. In the kit you will find a lot of wires, a couple of LEDs and some speakers, and those all need to be installed for a specific function. This one is basically the dome light switch. If you open the door, the dome light will turn on. If you close the door, the dome light will turn off. The rest of the bodywork could now also be put together. The rear quarter panel, some trim pieces, everything just snapping it in together, and then also some screws from the backside to hold it there permanently. Before putting the roof on, I first needed to assemble the doors. I'm not really sure what the specific order of these parts is meant to be. I'm just following along with the instructions, and not all of it is making a lot of sense, as some of the things are really out of order. You have to assemble the roof, then put the roof aside for about 10 more pages of instructions, do some other stuff in between, then do another couple of things in between, and then take the roof back out, which you have assembled about 10 steps back. So why not just have it assembled right before it could go in place? But that could just be my logic. I also had a part from the first set of parts, which was about step 10 or 12, and that eventually was needed in step 110. No idea why they would give you a part that you don't need for the next 110 steps, or 100. Calculating and math is pretty hard, so don't look at the numbers too closely, but just giving you a part that you don't need for another 100 steps is a bit weird, and also having you assemble some parts that you then put aside and then later need, also a little bit weird, but I guess that's just part of the fun and something that is normal with these kinds of builds, as I've encountered it multiple times. Now, nonetheless, you just saw me install the headliner. That was a big mistake. That needed to be done before these inner door panels or trim pieces for the doors were put in. Otherwise it doesn't fit, so those door panel surround pieces needed to be taken out, then the headliner needs to be put back in, and then those pieces could be screwed in place permanently. Otherwise it's a really tight fit and needs a lot of force to snap in place. If you bought the original version of this kit or one of the earlier versions, the grills included in that kit are actually wrong. They have since updated it and sent out some spare parts with these new grills that you saw me install right here, and some other parts as well that were incorrect, and they just corrected it and sent out a new batch of parts, which is a really good thing they did, and great customer service. With both bumpers now assembled and installed, I could move on to some of the inner workings and latches and also hinges of the hood, along with a piece of chrome trim before that could be installed. Now the hinges on this one simply just need to be screwed in place, and the rest of them are already fully assembled with all of the springs and stuff in there, so it's a pretty easy thing to do. Another cool thing to note, they have actually just put in a couple more of these mirror holders or uprights, as these probably are the first thing to break. So they have added doubles for both and left and right. So if you break it, you can just easily replace it with the spare part they already sent out. Some of the wiring for the lighting and other stuff around this model is hidden in the trunk and pretty exposed. Now luckily they have designed it in a way that you can hide it behind the spare wheel, and there is also a rubber floor mat which covers most of it as well, and the others just need to be tucked away carefully. After installing the floor mat, that's pretty much the final part that needs to be put onto the model. A couple more decals and this one is finished. And with that said and done, let's test out the lights. The just regular lights just turn on, and if you press the brake pedal, the brake lights also turn on. Same for the front lights, they turn on along with the tail lights, and that dome light just turns on when you open the door, and also a small light behind the gauge cluster lights up as well. I want to thank you guys for watching this video series, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, let me know down in the comments what I should do on the next one, and if you're looking forward to any of these other builds, just let me know. Thanks for watching, and if you're interested, check out Ixocollections.com to purchase your own.